Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. I have pulled two cards for you already, and the cards that came out were the hyena together with the nightingale. And so I do kind of feel that this is two different people. Could also be different aspects within one person, but because these two are so different, I think that if this is within one person, they are probably not that aware of the nightingale. That's what I'm feeling. So let's get into the reading. Let's start to explore this. I actually do want to speak about the hyena first, because if you look at the hyena, you see that they have this very telling symbology here of the moon. That is almost like it's only half of their moon that is lit. And to me, that kind of means that they are not that aware of their own subconscious. They are not that aware of their lunar power, of their inner feminine. This is kind of like a Dark Moon Lillith energy, someone that has cast their own inner feminine out of their consciousness. And so they have this, it's almost like in their subconscious, they have this vicious, vengeful feminine force that wants to break them down. And so I actually feel that this person may be quite paranoid. They may be feeling very much like a victim. Because in this state, it's like, and this is something that I've experienced personally, I think a lot of us are going through this now, kind of the illumination of our inner feminine, kind of the restoration of Lilith, if you will, the parts of us that have been cast out of our consciousness because essentially we were taught to do that, when we grew up. And when we go through that process of, in a sense, reawakening, things don't really go our way. They don't really go the way that our egos want. And so in this state, that's what I'm also feeling for this hyena, is that there may be a lot of unwanted happening, unwanted situations, detours, issues, problems, triggers coming up. And I feel like that is what's making this hyena kind of like, it's kind of dense. It's like, maybe feeling a bit paranoid, like I said, feeling quite hopeless, and just getting quite annoyed. That's really the feeling of the hyena. But then if you look at the nightingale, it couldn't be more of a different energy. The nightingale is just beauty. It's just this beautiful song that is so pure and so soulful that it just like, it gives you kind of shivers down your spine. It moves your heart. I'm hearing it's gonna move the world. And so this is a very, very different energy. If this is a person, this is a very, very special person that have done a lot of work within themselves. Like they have invited all of their dark feminine energies, all of the Liliths within their consciousness. They have invited them back in, and they have created justice with these parts of themselves, and help them rejuvenate and find their power and their beauty and their playfulness again. And so it's a very different person. It's a person that has found peace within themselves. And that's why I find interesting, because it's standing on this blue sphere here. And so it's almost like this is a person that is just able to channel truth. Like their throat chakra is open, and they're just, it's almost like they're bathing the world around them in truth when they open their mouth. And so this is a very magical energy. Wow, Pisces. I just love this energy, I must say. But yeah, there is definitely a connection between these two. I can feel it, because I feel like this, yeah, this hyena is falling for the nightingale. That's what I'm feeling, or it has fallen. And I think that the hyena thinks that he could never be a match with the nightingale, like it could never be, because he's not seeing, again, like he's not seeing his inner beauty, he's not seeing his inner feminine. It's like the feminine parts of him are still kind of ugly, because he doesn't give any of his light to them. He doesn't try to help them, he doesn't try to like lift them. And so it's like within his own subconscious, his image of the feminine is still that of ugly, being ugly. And so I feel like he manifests himself as ugly in a sense. You know, the way you can look at a person, and it doesn't matter their age or their external looks, but if they are pure like this, you will just, they radiate beauty. You will just see that, wow, this person is bright, they're beautiful inside, you know. And so it doesn't really matter how their physical vessel really looks, because they will read as beautiful. And so I feel like that's what the hyena is currently not seeing. He's not seeing the power of his moon, his feminine. So kind of interesting messages coming through here. Let's pull some cards as well. But I do feel like there is a change happening to the hyena, because it's almost like when the nightingale started singing, the hyena started changing. It's like, I feel almost maybe it was like the darkness within the subconscious, the dark feminine images within his subconscious started to almost like step into the light so that he could see them more. There's something about that, become aware of them. This person is expanding their consciousness. That's what it feels like right now, because of the song of the nightingale. So this can of course also work, I'm sorry, my nose is just itchy. This can of course also work in the way that, you know, maybe some of you watching have recently or are about to step into this energy of the nightingale and really sharing your song. And maybe that sharing of the song influences people around you, you know, the people that you share your song with. Maybe it actually activates them and it leads them to start to like expand their consciousness, to become more aware of their subconscious, and really start to kind of take back their power. You know, I'm hearing make themselves beautiful again. So that's also very, it's just a very, this nightingale energy. I love it so much. It's such a beautiful energy. Underneath the deck was the 5 of Wands. And behind there was also the 8 of Wands. So some kind of activation, and almost like it's like spreading of energy. And with the 5 of Wands there, I feel like it's like the butterfly effect I feel here. So maybe this is some kind of a consequence of this butterfly song, that when the butterfly song, butterfly effect, nightingale song, that when this nightingale starts to sing, it's gonna cause some kind of a butterfly effect, that it influences a lot of different types of people in a lot of different places, in a lot of different ways. That's what I'm feeling. So let's see which cards came up. Wow. 9 of Swords. And then the Chariot. So 2023 is the year of the Chariot. And I feel like it's the year where we will really benefit from having a full moon inside, you know, from having expanded our consciousness so that we can see our full feminine power. Yeah, there's something here about that, like having expanded our consciousness to see our full feminine power. So either I feel like I said, maybe you are working on this. Maybe you're working on expanding it within yourself, or you're starting to realize the importance of doing so. You're like, wow, it's like opening up to another world and seeing a new level of your consciousness, and like, okay, so you can do that. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, what have I been waiting for? It's something like that. So maybe that's the case for some of you, that you're just like feeling this rush of kind of like empowerment when you realize your own lunar power, when you start to like explore that within yourself. And I feel with that kind of rush of power and understanding, you're gonna look at your anxiety in a completely different way. That's what I'm seeing. Actually, for this person is going through a lot of changes. If this is a person, they're gonna be like, they're gonna handle their anxiety in such a different way. That's what I'm feeling, in much more of a empowered, powerful way. It's like, yeah, they're gonna start to understand now. So they're not gonna kind of be pulled down by these, you know, dark versions of the feminine anymore. Instead, it's like they're gonna start to infuse these dark versions of the feminine with light, and so that they can transform and rejuvenate. And that's gonna help this person to find much more of a balance. And yeah, I'm just seeing such a huge change actually in their trajectory. Like in 2023, this is going to be a major step up for this person if they decide to go down this route of opening their lunar power. And I do feel like maybe the nightingale has something to do with that, because I do feel, like I said, the nightingales I'm hearing. So maybe this is actually a group of people. The nightingales are starting to sing. And it's something with that couldn't happen until the night came. So I've been getting those messages for a while, that like we're moving into a period of winter, you know, into a period of collective darkness. And so if this resonates for you, maybe you are also, maybe you have a role to play in this, that you, and when I looked at the phone, actually it was 1313 when I said that. Maybe you had a role to play in regards to this empowering of the feminine in others, in yourself. Maybe you've gone through this process yourself of bringing your moon power into your hands, is what I'm hearing. And now you want to share. Now it's time for you to share. You're starting to feel called to share. And if you do, oh my God, it's going to have such an effect on other people. You won't even know it at first, because it won't be that visible at first. You know, these people might not be that communicative at first. That's also what I'm feeling. So you might not get that much feedback at first, or like you might not, like, don't give your power away to these energies and expect them to give back to you at first. That's what I'm feeling. It's not an equal relationship. That's actually what I'm hearing. So maybe this is some kind of a relationship on a distance, that this is not necessarily like a physical relationship for you. Maybe this is more on the professional side, maybe more related to your purpose. Or if it is like a physical or romantic relationship, there might be actually a need to keep a physical separation, because it's almost like you're just not on the same level at this time. This hyena has to expand a bit more and step into his or her own power a bit more for you to be like a match in the physical. That's what I'm feeling. If this is like a romantic relationship or a friendship. Okay, Mother of Cups coming out, and underneath the deck is the, wow, Ace of Pentacles, the Empress. Yeah, I'm hearing so many like very faint things about the kind of like the return of the feminine, the return of the empowered feminine to earth. This is some kind of cycle, like this is so big. I feel like these big energies, it makes me laugh because they're so like grand, you know. And so this might even be the feeling that you're feeling, because when I'm looking at this nightingale, it's kind of like this little bird, this gray little bird, and now suddenly you're holding or you're communicating with these grand energies that are like, in a sense, gonna change the world, and you know it, you feel it, even though other people may not see it or like understand the importance of this at this point. It's like, you know it, you feel it, and so it just feels like a funny feeling. It's like, wow, little old me like channeling these huge energies, and you're just like, I can't believe it. So it's kind of funny. I it's like a funny energy coming through. But yeah, it is some kind of a return of the empowered feminine to earth. It's like a new feminine force that is gonna be free. She's free, she's powerful, but she's also protected. And so it's almost like, if you look back to these past, let's say 1,000 years, 1,000 to 2,000 years actually, and I know this is just like, I don't know, how can I say it? It's just like broad strokes, what I'm talking about now. But what I've been picking up on is that during this time here on Earth, it's been like, for the feminine to be really powerful and in her power, she has had to be either bound to a man, like to someone like a father or a husband, or she has had to be very ugly. Like she has had to be scary, ugly looking, scary, like I'm hearing on the verge of death. And it's simply because like the fire energy of the masculine, the desire energy of the masculine has been so strong. So it's almost like we've been in a time where the masculine has been like an animal, not really in control of his desire nature. And so now this is changing, I feel. Now we're moving into times, particularly some countries, where this, where the feminine, the model of the feminine is going to change, and we're going to see these healthy, empowered, strong, free women stepping forward, and also men are going to let that feminine force shine through them more. That's what I'm feeling here also with the hyena. And so it's like people are going to start to listen more to this inner feminine force. And I feel at first it's going to lead to a lot of people channeling darkness, because for many people their inner feminine is, like I said, it's like Dark Moon Lillith. She's cast out from their consciousness, and so she's angry, she want to break down, you know. But then there will come this wave, and I feel like the nightingales, they have something to do with that, you know. There will come this wave of people that have rejuvenated their inner feminine and brought her back to her beauty, you know. And when that happens, that's when I feel like people are gonna see like this new age being initiated. That's when it's gonna manifest. So I feel like this is a little bit in the future, but I'm hearing it's coming. So with the Chariot here, I'm just being drawn to the pentagram. The pentagram to me is all about spiritual protection. It's kind of like the, I don't know, I guess it's also called the Seal of Solomon. It's like when you have created this this full protection around yourself. And so I'm actually hearing Pisces season this year is going to be very special, because that's when a lot of people will have managed to create this type of field around themselves, to where it's like they're in this state of singing from their soul. And it's almost like the frequency is gonna just communicate so strongly to other humans' bodies. And so even if their minds aren't kind of like understanding what is happening, their bodies will. That is so cool. That's so interesting. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles was underneath the deck. So this is like a new time here with these timelines. I'm feeling that a new time being initiated. A time where the feminine will be protected. You know, the moon inside will be fully lit up. Wow. And also, if this is a relationship, like with the two people, romantic relationship, I feel like maybe even having just conversations on a distance, like not necessarily meeting physical, but having, I'm hearing casual conversations is gonna do so much for the hyena. It's gonna change the hyena. And if this is actually two people, what I'm seeing now, it's like it may actually be that they both have aspects of the hyena within them, you know, that they both have aspects within them where they are not in their full light, you know, they're not in their full feminine power, but they also both have aspects within them where they are, you know, where they have kind of stepped into that power. And so it's almost like that the two of them having conversation, they're constantly awakening each other with their song, you know, because so again, I do get this twin flame energy for you guys. I did get that in the last reading as well, that for some of you, in some of your relationship, it's just like you're a perfect match with someone. And that it's really helping your potential for awakening. You're helping each other's awakening a lot. So it may be different. You know, I said before that these relationships may be very unbalanced. That may be the case. But, you know, it could also be that, you know, what I just said now. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel that. Father of Cups, Mother of Cups. Wow. Yeah, this is some kind of a union as well here. There was suddenly a lot of like sexual energy coming in as well. It's like I could just hear like the Father of Cups saying like, I want to bathe in your waters, and being all romantic. So there, for some of you, there's definitely this romantic energy with someone. Is like a perfect match. So let's see if there's anything, can we get a message specifically for this relationship? What do they need to know for success and abundance? What's going to be beneficial for them? Yeah, I'm also feeling with the Father of Cups, it's like saying pay attention to your subconscious. A lot of messages may be coming through that way. So let yourself daydream and things like that. Yeah. Oh my god. On the floor, the Lovers. Underneath the deck, Ace of Wands and the Moon. And the Two of Cups. Wow. And the Ace of Swords and the Son of Swords and Justice. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is such a special thing. Two of Pentacles. I'm sure I could continue to the end with this deck and it would just all be like a little story here. But yeah, this is so clear. This is definitely talking about like change is happening. If this is a romantic relationship, it's like you're coming into union. I'm hearing this year. And there will be new growth. But I still feel that the moon, you know, is so important. It's like you need to listen to your inner feminine. You need to listen to your subconscious. This is the key. I feel like with the Father of Swords, looking within, listening to the Mother of Swords. Now, why am I saying swords? Father of Cups, listening to the Mother of Cups. So maybe moving from the swords to the cup. Instead of listening to your own thoughts, listening to your own feelings. And believing in them is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Wow. This is, I think that you have so much magic just underneath the surface for you. Like so much magic wanting to materialize and create this new time in your life where you will feel so fulfilled. It's like you're gonna be in union with yourself, with, I'm hearing, your best friend, and I think that this is like someone that will feel as your absolute best friend, like your mirror, and with people around you as well. That's what I'm feeling. And so I think like 2023 is going to be a beautiful year for you, but really listen, and invite these dark, bitter, angry, feminine energies into your consciousness and see how you can bring justice to them, because I feel like that is going to bring your power back, and that is going to help create this like just like this boost of empowerment and rejuvenation within yourself. So wow, I love your reading, Pisces. Take care, and I talk to you soon. Bye.